G'day, watch this.
Bernie, you've been involved, have you not, for some time with the March for Babies. Could you tell us about that?
Yes, well, the March for the Babies first occurred in 2009, 1 year to the day after the passing of the dreadful abortion law here in Victoria, which allows the killing of children right up until birth. And it comes from the moments immediately after that law was passed, when I sat in the chamber with my head in my hands, asking God what He wanted me to do. And the thought came into my mind that we should commemorate this dreadful event every year, and that's what we do. The March for the Babies is on or around the 10th of October every year. This year it is on the 13th of October, and this year, as an added bonus, we're having a dinner as well the night before, and that dinner will be addressed by Lord Nicholas Windsor, who is of course a cousin of the Queen and is the youngest son of the Duke and Duchess of Kent. So that is going to be a very, very big event in Australia. It started off as purely a Victorian thing, but we're finding as the years go on, and this is our 4th March this year, as the years go on, more and more people from interstate are becoming involved, and it really is becoming a national event. And it is now, without doubt, the biggest single pro-life event in Australia on an annual basis, or any other basis for that matter. And there will be thousands of people marching through Melbourne calling for the killing to stop. And that's what we want. We want the killing to stop, and there are basically 3 reasons that we march on the 13th. The first one is to mourn the babies that have been killed over the past 12 months as a result of these laws. The second is to reach out to their mothers, many of whom are suffering, because a great myth is told by the abortion industry that abortion is good for women. Now we know that that's not the case, and we know that because women tell us that it's not the case. They tell us about the suffering. And Dr. Priscilla Coleman from the United States has recently put together the biggest survey in the world of post-abortive women. And it shows that 10% of all depression in the world, male or female, 10% is a direct result of women who have had abortions. Now that's not taking into account alcoholism, drug dependence, suicide, a number of other maladies, but certainly women are suffering as a result of abortion. We want to reach out to them. And the third reason that we march is to tell the media, to tell the community, to tell the Parliament that we are not going to go away until the killing is stopped, until that law is gone, and until we have a law which recognises the right to life of these children.
A lot of this law dates back to a decision of the Supreme Court of the United States, does it not, Roe and Wade? How many American children have died as a result of the judge's decision?
Well, since 1973, 20th of January 1973, when Roe v. Wade was handed down by the US Supreme Court, over 55 million children have been killed in the United States. Now, that is horrific. I mean, that is a modern-day Holocaust of enormous proportions. In Australia alone, just in the last decade, over 1 million children have been killed. A million Australian children have been killed.
About 100,000 a year.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So in the last 30 or 40 years, we are looking at 3-4 million children that have been killed as a result of accepting death by choice, and that's what it is. You know, some saying I have the right to choose, and my choice is more important than your life. Well, I don't think that anybody's choice is the right, and I'm a great believer in choice, believe me, a very strong supporter of choice, but I cannot accept that somebody has the right to choose to kill an innocent human being, particularly a small defenceless one.
Yes. Thank you very much, Bernie.
Very great pleasure.
Thank you.